All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about a back and forth between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia over this whole mental health issue or statement that Gervonta Davis made. Gervonta cleared it up, pointed it out Ryan Garcia. So now Ryan Garcia is out here talking, what he's talking. But let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to be in the 135 pound, 140 pound division, and we're going to be talking about mental health in boxing, which was absolutely thrown to the forefront by ADREIN Broner, who just yesterday withdrew from his fight with Omar Figueroa that was going to be taking place this Saturday in Hollywood, Florida. Was definitely looking forward to the fight. Unfortunately, ADREIN Broner says, I can't go through the fight. My mind's not right. Got mental health issues I got to take care of. Sorry for disappointing you. And then the PBC Showtime replaced ADREIN Broner with Sergey Lipinets, and the fight goes on. However, despite the fight going on, the drama did not start. The drama actually just started with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis going at it over a comment that Gervonta made. Now, before I get into the specifics of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter, thank you so much for your support for the channel. If you are Sorry about that. Had a sneeze moment. Let me start that again. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. So, Gervonta Davis releases a tweet, which pretty much blasted boxers for using the excuse of mental health issues when they're trying to get out of something that they have to do, right? Bit of a harsh response coming on the heels of ADREIN Broner pulling out of a fight. A lot of people, including myself, believe that he was referring to ADREIN Broner. I don't know what else Gervonta Davis would think that other people would be thinking about that circumstance at that timing. In that timing, I mean, it's just beyond me. It's like, people saying who won the election, asking somebody who won the election the day of the presidential election and saying, oh, I didn't mean that. I meant the dog catcher's race. Why would anybody think that? Why would anybody think you're talking about Ryan Garcia or Omar Figueroa himself or many of the other people that as of late have been citing that as an issue? But regardless, Gervonta says he's not talking about ADREIN Broner. Cool with me. But he says he was talking about guys like Ryan Garcia and other people who he believes were making an excuse about it. So all that is fine and dandy to me. And I'm telling you, this is somebody, if you're familiar with the channel, I've talked about the issue myself. This is when Ryan Garcia, who responded saying that, talking about talking about your mental health issues out is a strength. Somebody you shouldn't be criticized for it. Listen to what he had to say. And my thought on the matter is, no, it's really not. And I say that as somebody that has experienced the issue myself. Really, the strength in mental illness really is you admitting it to yourself, right? And then you going about doing the things you have to do in order to solve that problem for yourself. When you talk about it openly to people, it very well may make other people understand that they're not alone, right? Can be supportive of other people, but really the true strength in dealing with it is dealing with it, right? And doing the things, recognizing that whatever triggers you have and all of the other things that whatever you need to do to, be able to be a functional and effective person, that's where the strength comes in. The strength actually, in my opinion, comes from the silent work that you do trying to make sure that you get out of that circumstance, right? Now, it's not a bad thing necessarily to talk and share with people what your issues are and all of that. But at the same time, I'm telling you, somebody that has dealt with the same issue, people don't owe you anything. They just do not. I mean, just like everybody else that has any type of problem going into any type of work environment, like say that you are, if you're working in a steel mill and you are depressed in the morning and you don't show up to work, hey man, the people that are out there working with you, they don't have to forgive you for that because they're there for the work, right? So if Gervonta Davis is looking at other boxers and saying, hey, I wish people would stop using that as an excuse for people not doing what they're supposed to do. And he's talking about, for example, Ryan Garcia making another boxer like Jojo Diaz miss a payday because he doesn't accept the fight that he took place in, that he was going to take place in. Or if, say Omar Figueroa, who my understanding is also has dealt with mental health challenges, says, look, man, Adrian Broner, I really wish you would have figured this out earlier, so that I don't miss out on the opportunity, right? So like for me, I mean, Ryan Garcia is correct in the fact that, it is a very, very real thing. And I would never doubt that anybody is going through that because there's so many people that go through mental struggles. It's just very much a fact. And it is something that is not talked about a lot and is kind of like hush hush when most people experience it because they don't want the stigma of people, thinking something's wrong with them or judging them about that, right? A lot of people deal with that, right? And try and find different ways to explain what's going on other than pointing to that, right? But again, if Gervonta Davis feels that way about the issue, that is Gervonta Davis's prerogative because Gervonta, you don't know what Gervonta has dealt with, right? He may have been in a situation, and this is what he said in a very funny fashion to Ryan Garcia. He's like, look, man, I tell you how I deal with my mental health issue by putting my pain on you. And you can tell that Gervonta Davis has gone through that. You can just see some of the comments that he leaves on his Instagram as somebody that's at that moment is being introspective and talking about dealing with different challenges and different life challenges that he has, right? So, all in all, man, to me, this whole thing is neither here nor there to me, right? If Adrian Broner drops out of a fight with Omar Figueroa because of mental health issues, man, good for him. If Omar Figueroa feels like it's BS, hey man, that's on him too. Whatever, if that's what he feels, because Adrian cannot assume that everybody's going to believe what he has to say or they're going to care about what they have to say. And even anticipating that that's going to be the case or wanting that to be the case isn't really good for somebody, in my opinion, that's dealing with that issue, because you're going to have to, because dealing with the issue is a lot of times is coping with difficulties, right? So if somebody else feels a certain way about what you've experienced, you've got to be able to deal with that circumstance in order to continue to improve your mental health. So you just give those guys what they want. If you think it's funny or you think it's a lie, okay, good for you, man. You have a good day. I'm just going to sit down here and quietly work on myself, because that's really the only way you can go about doing it. So, but the whole hilariousness of the scenario is that, yeah, man, Gervonta Davis probably does deal with a lot of his stress by beating people up in the ring. And when we get back to the sport of boxing, yeah, Ryan Garcia is most definitely a candidate for getting that. The whole thing is make-believe, though, because Ryan Garcia is not going to get in the ring with this guy, no matter how many times he talks about it or whatever. Golden Boy is not going to allow that fight to take place. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.